Today's episode is brought to you by Modern Grower. Modern Grower is the go-to source for 100% organic, GMO-free microgreen seeds. Trusted by hundreds of growers for high quality and low prices. If you're growing microgreens, start saving at shop.moderngrower.co. When you think about over-serving, over-delivering the super fans, there's ways I think that's built. I mean, first you have product quality. So you take care of that, that's good to go. And you have customer service, just how they interact, just doing business with you, not above and beyond, just, hey, when we talk, this is what it's like. So there's those two things. If we take those out, like assume those are given, those are 10 out of 10s, we've handled those. Now there's the above and beyond cultivating, the relationship building. On one hand, we have this world that feels like I'm getting too much in my inbox. I don't want to be bothered. How much do you think a farmer should try and cultivate that fandom beyond those two cores of customer service and product quality and value with just touching and stuff? At some point, I feel like it can just be, you're overwhelming the people. Where's that balance between you're giving them information? And I don't mean just the passive stuff, like you're also doing this on social media so they can passively opt into the story. I mean, the more active things to build a customer base. Where's that line between too much and too little?
Yeah, well, I think that's a question that is every farmer is going to have to figure out for themselves. In our case, it's a weekly touch point. So I have a weekly email. And if there are people that get annoyed by my weekly email, they'll unsubscribe. And I'm okay with that. I mean, those are not my people. If they're annoyed by hearing from me, I don't blast them with salesy messages every single week. Like a lot of my stuff is anecdotal stories of the farm. I get emails from people telling me that they love reading my emails, which just blows me away anyway. But so I feel like if there are people who don't like them, they're probably not my people, and it's okay if they fall away from my list. I'm willing to kind of let that happen. I think that to go back to your original kind of question of like, we want to have a great quality product. That's important. We want to have great basic customer service, like what we tell them they're going to get is what they get. But I think another thing that really cements someone, there's a couple things that come to mind actually. One of them is the community. So if they feel like you're attracting a tribe, for lack of a better word, that looks like them, right? Acts like them, that has the same values as them. We all have this desire to belong. And when we find our group of people that love to cook, that, share pictures of everything they make in the kitchen and nobody thinks they're weird, where you find other people who think like you, that's part of what we're also cultivating as a brand. We're trying to let people know, like, here's the why behind our business. And that can be very, very attractive. I always tell people that they'll originally like buy your product for maybe the quality, but they'll stay for the community. And so if we can do a good job as a brand of making them feel like they're a part of a bigger thing and that they actually belong in this group, this is a manifestation of their why. So that's kind of one thing that I spend some time in my brand actively cultivating. I also think that it's important as a business to do a really good job of fixing what I call moments of misery. So when you have customer service moments where you screwed up in some way, that you go above and beyond and make it right, but then like knock their socks off and amaze them with another form of generosity. So because they're expecting you to hopefully make it right. But when you go above and beyond that and make them feel seen and heard and like they're amazing and they're valuable to you because now you've given them like $10 in store credit too, or you've given them a freebie as a I'm sorry I screwed up.
Yeah.
I've just found that has ended up making an impression, and they just think the world of me when I overserve in that capacity too. So just creating a process for hey, when you do make a mistake with a customer, because we all will, whether I forgot your fruit share, I'm sorry, or I messed up your store order, or your arugula had holes in it, that I am ready to step in and be generous and say, I'm going to make that right and then some. When I do that, that seems to cement people in. I call it turning a moment of misery into a moment of magic. It's almost a formula, to the point that I almost feel like whenever I make a mistake, I turn them into a super fan.
The unintentional intentional
I know.
mistake,
It's
right?
like, oh, let's make more mistakes.
Yeah. Hello, growers. Looking to turn your homestead into a profitable business? Or are you a farmer looking to boost your sales? Check out my book, Sell Everything You Grow. This book is the ultimate guide to choosing the right farm business model that fits your farm, time, and location. Discover which model has the highest profit margins and why diversification is so important. Whether you're selling apples, vegetables, or microgreens, Sell Everything You Grow will help you find your first market or expand into new ones. Get Sell Everything You Grow on Amazon and start selling more today.